What is up, guys, and welcome to my channel, and I hope you guys like the intro song from the opening animated series, The Justice League Unlimited. I used to watch that show back in the day when I was a kid. On Saturday mornings, I'd wake up around early 7 or 8 a.m. and go downstairs and watch Sonic the Hedgehog, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z, Justice League Unlimited, a bunch of other stuff. But again, all this stuff was pushing the same narrative, same propaganda. So right now, we're gonna delve in this episode. We're gonna delve deep into Justice League Unlimited and the philosophies it pushes and what it promotes, and talk about how that actually affects the minds of youth. And right now, we're on the website. Let's see, 20% hidden, no, 25% hidden, 25% rulers, 25% through the ages. The archons, hidden rulers through the ages. So pretty much secret societies, they dabble in Gnosticism, and Gnosticism teaches it's like the truth, allegedly the alleged truth of this hidden illusion reality. And the elite of the world, they teach this, and this has everything to do with Scientology. This has everything to do with Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah, the Talmud, these Jewish books, which are shouldn't be read, and Satanism to the root. And if it's such great knowledge, why don't they just teach it to everyone? Why does it have to be secret? Why are only some privy to it? Why do you have to jump through hoops to get to this knowledge, right? That's just a red flag in itself, in of itself. But before we get into Justice League, I kind of want to read a bit about what their beliefs are, and just show you this disturbing image. Disturbing, eh? Freaking blasphemic. Okay, so in the beginning, the Gnostic core belief was a strong dualism. So they believe in duality a lot, and in the world of matter, let's see, strong world dualism, that the world of matter was deadening and inferior to a remote non-physical home, to which an interior divine spark in most humans aspired to return after death. This led them to an absorption with the Jewish creation myths in Genesis, which they obsessively reinterpreted to formulate allegoric explanations of how humans ended up entrapped in this world of matter. The basic Gnostic story, which varied in details from teacher to teacher, was: in the beginning there was an unknowable, immaterial, and invisible God, sometimes called the Father of all, sometimes by other names. He was neither male or female. He was composed of an implicitly finite amount of living non-physical substance. Surrounding this God was an empty region called the pleroma, the fullness. Beyond the pleroma lay empty space. The God, so it's the God. No, it's just some other God, some random God, acted to fill the pleroma through a series of emanations and squeezing off small portions of its non-physical, energetic, divine material. Let's see. So this God started expressing itself and creating stuff. In the most accounts, there are 30 emanations in 15 complementary pairs, each getting slightly less and less more divine and material, therefore being weaker. The emanations are called aeons, eternities, and most of them mostly named personifications in Greek of abstract ideas. Like the God, they are non-physical light beings. They are described as androgynous or bisexual. The aeons that in turn generate large numbers of simpler entities, sometimes called angels. The first of the great emanations, according to the several Greek Gnostic groups, is named Barbelo, and this is a predominantly female persona. A common, I can't read that, stipulation is that, oh, hang on, I can't, let's see, is that only Barbelo is able to see or communicate with the invisible Father. Even the other non-physical dwellers in the Pleroma have no contact with this remote entity, sometimes called the silent God. Often there is a central trinity of Father, Mother, and Barbelo, the Son. The common outcome of these myths rests on the 13th emanations, or aeon, Sophia. So the 13th emanation is Sophia, and this is like the mother goddess, the god of the earth, I guess, the god of below. This is both the Greek word for wisdom and also a woman's name. Sophia becomes jealous of the power of the Father of all who create without permission of her consort. See, I thought that silent, like the source god, I thought he created the demiurge. Well, anyway, without permission of her consort, pardon me, she gives birth. Sorry, guys. She gives birth or otherwise creates an offspring. It proves to be monstrous with the head of a lion and the body of a certain serpent. She names this Yaldabaoth. This is supposed to be Jehovah. He is also called in Hebrew the Fool, and Samuel the Blind God. Ashamed of her progeny, Sophia takes Yaldabaoth outside the Pleroma and hides him in the cloud. There he matures alone, having no knowledge of his origins, and he can't even see where he's like in a cloud. He can't see. Imbued from a birth with a portion of divine material he inherited from his mother, Yaldabaoth now he thinks he's the only god. Given the Greek title demiurge, creates a dozen archons, commanders. They are not alien parasites, and in brackets, and then in a mere image of the great emanations of the Pleroma, hundreds of lesser angels. Yaldabaoth then creates cosmos, understood to mean not the entire universe as in the modern usage, but the planets. These were in the order: the Moon, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and the zodiac of the visible stars. According to the Ptolemaic system of astronomy, all the stars were brought to be attached to a single crystal sphere. Probably they attached to the firmament, right? And Yaldabaoth assigns 7 of his archons to rule over the 7 planetary spheres, then creates the earth and decides to populate it. He and his angels make Adam, each 365 angels contributing to a single piece of him. But Yaldabaoth and his archons find that the creature is lifeless, or at least unable to stand by this time. Sophia has discovered what her offspring have done and is horrified by the fate of the humans. He is in the process of creating who will be encased in a deadening matter, as in mobile tombs. In one version, she and her consort come down from the Pleroma and trick Yaldabaoth into breathing life into Adam and Eve, thereby giving them and their descendants the great spirit power than the demiurge is able to retain. In another version, Christ or another illuminator comes to the earth disguised by a magic helmet and imbues the near lifeless human prototypes with tiny divine sparks. Yaldabaoth then creates the Garden of Eden, not on earth as in Genesis, but on the level in the stars. He cruelly tells the human captives not to eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Like, jeez. Let's see. In some other versions, for example, the hypostasy of the archons, among the Nag Hammadi texts, the serpent is the agent of Sophia, urging Adam and Eve to disobey. In a more Christianized accounts, it is Christ who comes into the Garden of Eden to warn Adam and Eve of the demiurge's plan to enslave the deadening matter. Enslave them. So that's what they said what's happening to us now. As must be clear by now, Yaldabaoth is known by the Jews and Christians as Jehovah, or God, Gnostics frequently and ironically quote Yaldabaoth, declaring he is a jealous god, claiming his ignorance that he's the only god. Wow. Like, I don't know where man got this knowledge, but where you think that the entity that told you this is telling you the truth, right? You really believe that? Like, this is what they believe in, and honestly, I know that this is a lie because the earth is flat. I know the earth is flat, and I know there's no aliens, and I know what the stars are. I know what, or have a good idea what the stars are. I mean, look at this blasphemy. And this is just another lie, like, to make people believe that they can become God. And if this was true, this would be scary, but it's not true. And I trust in Jesus Christ. I trust in the Heavenly Father. Even though we don't understand Him fully, like, these people don't fully understand Yehovah. Yeah, and Jesus Christ. And they don't know who Jesus Christ is. They think He's just like some kind of like enlightened being, right? And it just like ties in with what this child TV show, because it was for children, it's programming. And like, if we jump into it now, let's jump into it now. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 clips, and I'm going to just give talk about each piece, because each piece they tell some truth in each piece I'm going to show you here. So the first one I'm going to show you is I'm going to talk about, like, you see Lex Luthor here. He's one of the characters. He's Batman's I guess enemy, or I suppose he would be the enemy to Superman, and he's like some kind of billionaire genius. Anyway, he tells that this other character in the show, they kind of make try to make conspiracy theorists make a joke of it, make a light of it when they use it like this in this context, in this cartoons especially. It makes the youth think, like, when you hear it in real life, like, oh, it's just a cartoon, dude. You actually believe that crap? Like, that's what they actually believe.
My campaign is a farce, a small part of a much grander scheme. President. Do you know how much power I'd have to give up to be president? That's right, conspiracy buff. I spent $75 million on a fake presidential campaign. All just to tick Superman off.
That's what they're going to say. And that's a form of mind control. And it happened to me. I used to see The Simpsons. They used to make jokes about Neil Armstrong not going to the moon. And then found out that they never went to the moon. So, when you go back and your mind is, you're more mature, you can actually look at the information a little differently, right? But anyway, so he says that he spent a few $1 million, 100 millions, or 700 million, or $1 billion to I can't remember, on a fake presidential campaign. And he just says, like, how many favors you'd owe to be president. And that's exactly true, guys. The president in real life is just a puppet. And if there's secret societies that control the world, if they're the ones causing every problem, if they cause all the wars, they cause all the conflicts, you think they're gonna, and they control the banks, they control the media, you think that they're gonna let the leader of the free world be chosen by the people? Come on, that'd be naive. I have one friend at work. He knows everything. He even knows about flat Earth, but he doesn't know. He still believes in Donald Trump. He still thinks Donald Trump's gonna be the savior of, America, and expose the elite, you know what I mean? But it's just, come on. What has he done? Nothing. He's surrounding himself with Jesuits. He freaking expanded the NASA budget, okay? He's a traitor. He's playing his part. Okay, next scene. In this scene, it's a good episode, actually. It's about time, some enemies screwing with time. But they talk about here how this guy's gonna go and become a god.
Kronos!
You are good. Isn't he good?
Look at what's happening around you. Look at the sky!
Pretty.
Stay with us, man. We've got a problem here.
Right. You're right. This calls for another approach. You'll love me next time!
Where's he going? There's nothing left.
Yes, there is. The beginning of time.
He can reset everything. Make himself into a god.
Only if he gets there first. The Green Lanterns have a legend. No one can see the beginning of time. It's a universal law.
Write him a ticket. Uploading the program.
Make it fast. Having a little trouble with the brakes.
And as everyone has powers, I mean, it's pretty much teaching everyone that, you know, one day we can use science and we can become powerful, we can become superheroes, we can fly around, we can do anything we want. There's other dimensions, other alternate realities, other timelines, black holes, string theory, portals, tunnels, you know what I mean? This stuff is all like, I mean, according to the Bible, anything that man tries to do is possible, but let's just say that it's just a bunch of mind control. Like, there is no space, bro. There is no other. That we are in the center here, and there's only one God. And if you go against him, he's gonna come and kick your ass. It's just straight up. Like, I don't understand how people can see this beautiful world and see the things that he made and think that it's like evil. Like, it's like, I don't get it. You know, there's a part in the Bible that says he's jealous, but I mean, yeah, maybe he might be jealous because if you just think about it, you have a parent, they have a kid, and the kid starts like thinking that some TV character, superhero is so great, or like some freaking other parent is like the best. You don't think the original parent's gonna get a little bit jealous, like a little bit annoyed that you're focusing your attention. He loves you like a son, like a child or a daughter, and you're spending your energy on some sports idiot or some idol celebrity idiot. Just like a joke. Okay, anyway, so listen to the next part here. I want to talk about here is, oh yeah, Lex Luthor's famous speech to some enemy. It's gonna play now. So like it talks about like, you know, again the subatomic universe, like the, you know, bringing the science into the child's life already at a young age, so they see it as like a undisputed law, like their god. Science is now the new religion.
A subatomic universe.
Figured the android can't kill what he can't see.
Oh, but I can see you. Did you really think I couldn't follow you here? No universe, however large, however small, is denied to me.
What do you want from me?
You have everything humans desire. Wealth, power. Yet you crave more. And you'll do anything to get it.
Because no matter how much wealth and power you'll get on this
What is
earth,
your
it'll never
ultimate
satisfy
purpose?
you. Never satisfy you.
What you're really asking is,
If you got money, you want
is
more money.
yours.
If you got women, you want more women.
The truth is,
You got a fast car, you want to go
all my
faster.
struggles to make my mark in life, for all I've accomplished, in just a few short generations, my name will be
And
forgotten.
that's how it should be, dude.
Even the greatest of us can't compete with time
There is no time.
and death.
We're just, and death
Then why
exists
do
because
you
we're
go
cursed
on?
with sin,
Why does anyone?
from sin.
Why don't I just destroy you and everything else right now?
Why does a
All it
child
would
have to
take is a
be
single thought and
questioning their
No.
existence and meaning in
That you
life?
won't see the end of it.
the end of what?
The evolutionary process.
Evolution is a
You
lie.
of all beings should know
Evolution
something
is a
about
lie.
that.
Yes.
Propaganda trash.
Yes, I'm evolving. That's why Professor Ivo made me. These past months, I have amassed so much knowledge, and yet I remain confused,
Confusion.
empty.
Emptiness.
What am I evolving into? What is
Questioning
my purpose?
life.
I must know. Tell me.
There's no way to tell. And that's why I stay in the game.
He's such a
My
humanist.
purpose, if you will, is to see where it's all going. And you'll live forever. You'll be able to see it all.
Planting
Is that my
the
purpose?
seed in the mind of a kid that they
Simply
can
to
live
be
forever by
a
fusing with
witness?
machine.
We create our own purpose in life. Now go create yours.
Trash of the modern age, and you know, this is a very humanistic speech. Like, you know, it makes sense. I know back in the day I was thinking, yeah, this makes sense. Like, but again, it's like, do you want to follow man's purpose, or do you want to follow God's purpose? You know what I mean? Yeah, man can do a lot of great things, but when you see what God can do, what man can do just doesn't impress you anymore. And also, you can do so much more when you have God on your side. You know who Muhammad Ali, he credited all his fights to God. He was Muslim, you know, he didn't believe in Jesus, but at least he knew the Father, right? At least, right? The one true God, right? The very least, but, you know, I still think they have to know Jesus. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching.